Okay, so we will discuss now issue 34. Yeah, we are now in issue 34, and our topic this morning is about poverty. Okay, it's about poverty. Yes, it's about poverty. Despite a global rise in the prosperity in the late 19th century, many people still live in poverty. Some nations seem characterized by a general lack of opportunity, resources, and food, while even in rich, industrialized countries, many residents find it difficult to maintain a decent standard of living. Sometimes the underlying problem is one of distribution, other times it is a drought or famine. The political order in some cases is committed to providing basic needs to its entire population and and in others to promoting some groups or interests at the expense of others. But in general, the old observation that the rich get richer seems to be especially true these days. Okay. Now, what do you think are the causes of poverty to persist even through society continues to advance materially? A. One, individual irresponsibility. Two, social structure. Three, lack of education. Uh, 4, economic fluctuation. 5, inadequate resources and corrupt government. Now, before we will go further, we will mm, discuss first the difficult words. We have prosperity, having a lot of money. Distribution, how something is shared. Famine, serious or widespread shortage of food. Observation, comment or remark. Fluctuation, frequent changes in the amount. Then, value or level of something. Underlying basic fundamental, drought, long period of little or no rainfall. At the expense of something, causing pain or financial loss, persist, continue to last. Okay. So these are the difficult words. Yeah, these are the English words that we can encounter in this page. Now, based on your observation, which among these 6 are the causes of poverty?
I will choose 3 things to make society more poverty. The first is lack of education. Economic fluctuation and corrupt government. That's all.
Okay. Why do you say that lack of education makes countries suffer from poverty?
I believe that the education very important to make one people become more stronger, especially in economic when when a people they he or she can receive the trend from society better than other people. That's also mean he or she have a many opportunity for a higher job, higher responsibility, and higher salary. So when the people with higher education that's also equip many skill for adapt with the change of economic, and of course they have a higher ability in find a good job and earn a lot of money more than other people.
Okay. Yes. If a person is educated enough, yes, if the person has achieved, yeah, the highest education, then he will have many, or he or she will have many opportunities in life. Like, for example, in applying for a high paying job, in looking for a stable job, and then that will also help, yeah, his family to be stable. And but if the person has lack of education, then no matter how he works hard, no matter how he tries hard to achieve the decent, yeah, life, the decent living, still he or she will struggle because he will be having, yeah, only a low paying job. So this will affect his economic status in the society. Now, number four, why do you say that economic fluctuation is also one of the causes of poverty experience? Yeah, this time.
Um, you can feel really clear in this time when we face with the coronavirus. When the economic normally everything will really good, but when the virus came, we have a face with many disaster, or sometimes there are many things in the normal life will change forever. For example, the people change the behave in the consumer, the change behave in when they stay when they using many time for stay at home, and especially you can feel in the education when there are many people can't go to the school and they have to stay at home for learning online, and that's the when the behavior of people change, that's also to make the company have a trend the way they can approach with the customer. So that's why when the environment changes, that also make many people become more richer than before, and of course there are many other people face with the poverty than before.
Okay. What have you observed in the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic? What have you observed? Does it gives people increase of their monthly income or decrease of their monthly income? What is the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic to the people from all over the world? Does it gives them increase to their monthly income or decrease?
I think almost people face with the less increase income.
Yes. Yes, definitely you are right that the COVID-19 pandemic affects people from all over the world, especially in the financial aspects, because as what we can see in the televisions, there are a number of people losing their jobs due to the sudden closure of the many establishments. Okay, so this brings poverty to a number of families, a number of individuals across the world. Now, why do you say that corrupt government affects or is one of the
Um,
causes of poverty?
yeah, I believe that when I saw a country, the one thing really important to make me offer that's either good country or bad country. That's either how the government, how the manage of government in this in that country. So if the government with many corrupt, that mean the never manage of this country really bad. and government really important when they can need all people in that country to be more richer, but when there are many corrupt in government, uh, I believe, I believe that's also the main reason to make people in this country become poor.
Yes, yes, because the budgets allocated for the citizens of the country maybe sometimes will be used to another projects. So if the government leaders are corrupt or dishonest, then majority, yes, of course, the people in the country, in a certain country, will also suffer from poverty. So these three reasons, are the main reasons why poverty still exists this time, even if the society continues to advance materially now. If you are going to compare our life in this time, compare with the life before, yes, we are very advanced when it comes to material things. Long before during the times of our grandparents, they are not living as advanced as we are this time. We have technology, we have many inventions this time that make our life easier. But still, the problem of poverty still exists because of the following reasons: lack of education, economic fluctuation, corrupt government. Yes, during this crisis, during this pandemic, the prices also of commodities, the prices of goods are increasing. Even the fare, the transportation, when you go to the department store, yes, you can see that the prices are increasing. And it is very difficult to meet the monthly needs, especially to those people who are losing their jobs. How can they buy their monthly needs if they have lose their jobs? Now this time we will learn the answers of these persons. No matter what a society may be willing to do to help its disadvantage, unfortunately, there are always going to be some people who unfairly take advantage of the system. There are going to be some completely healthy people who are too lazy to work or learn a skill. We can just let them starve, but it still seems immoral to reward their shiftlessness when so many worthy poor need help. Okay, sheepfulness means lazy and not interested in anything. Exclusive, complete. Think ahead, contemplate the future. Skyrocket, rise rapidly or suddenly. These are the difficult words that we can encounter. Okay. Okay, the person in this answer is trying to tell us that no matter how the government try their best, to help people or the citizen, still there are some people who are lazy to work or learn a skill. When you see in the streets, when you see in the streets, there are really some people who are healthy, who are still young, but they are asking for help. Do you also see that one in Vietnam?
Yeah,
Yes, there are many. Here in the Philippines, uh, there are healthy wives or girls or women bringing their children on the streets, in the sidewalks, and they are, carrying the infants, the baby, and they are asking for help for the passers. But then, if you will look at them, they are still healthy. They are still capable of doing things, but yeah, we can't understand why they choose to depend from other people about their survival of their daily needs. They are, yeah, staying on the sidewalks, asking for some peso, asking for some amount from the passers. Okay. So that is the point of the person in number one. She said that this is the problem of the government because there are a number of lazy individuals who refuse to work for their living. They just depend, yeah, their expenses, okay, from the other people. Next is we have number two. Please read number two.
Yes. No, education is expensive, but not as expensive as ignorance. Nearly everyone can improve his or her economic position by learning a profitable skill or being retrained in a new skills. But the positive effects tend to be evident late, later than rather than immediately. And people who have no money are often focused almost exclusively on the present. After all, if someone is worried about the next meal, he is not usually able to think ahead to how much better things may be a year from now.
Yes. So another factor is education is expensive now. For those family who are not having a stable job, yes, they will think that education is expensive. Yes, it is. Because you need to pay high tuition fee in the universities. So those people, those parents who cannot afford to send their children to the university, yeah, they will never send them. That is why their children grow up without having good education. And with that, yeah, their children also will get married, having not stable job, and then their family also will suffer poverty. Okay, number one. This time, let's have the speak your mind. Okay, question number one. Do you think the number of poor people is going up or down? Why?
The I think the number of poor people really up year after year because the quantity of people on the world always raising a lot after each year. So the opportunity for the people earning money than other people really difficult in modern society. So that's mean day after day we have many poor people than before.
Okay. So the number of poor people is going up this time, especially this time, especially this COVID pandemic, especially this COVID pandemic. There are many individuals who lose their jobs. Number two, what makes someone rich or poor? Can
The
can you tell me first what makes someone become rich?
I'm not sure about that. That's only my experience. So I think the first really important to make people become rich. That is his attitude. They always optimistic mind. And the second, I think the people become rich because they always hardworking every time.
Okay.
And the last, they the people become rich because they understand about the finance. For example, they can use the tool from the bank to put ability for invest in business. So that's really important to make other people become rich.
Very good. That's very good. Yes. I believe that what makes people become rich is, of course, their hard work. Okay. Their hard work when they continue to work hard. Yes, there is a big possibility that, yeah, they will become rich. Or what else? Hard work and their ability to use the money they have in the bank to invest. What's the other one you said? Hard work,
Optimistic. Yeah.
yeah, the positive mind. Okay, optimistic. Yes. So whenever they have problems, they will think always that, yeah, everything will be okay. They can find solution to this problem. So they have an optimistic mind. They have a positive mind. So become being optimistic, being hardworking, and having the ability to use the money they have saved in the bank for, what is that, for investing, yeah, to invest in business, are the factors that will make a person rich. What about, what do you think, what makes someone become poor?
Um, um, okay, maybe I just tell you about the idea under my views, and maybe
Yes.
it's not true for many other people.
Okay.
For example, around my home, I play with many neighbors, so I have a many opportunity for so the reason why they poor than other people. For example, in my country, the real estate really developed, and that is the big opportunity to make other people become rich and really fast in my country. If we know about how we can invest in the real estate in this time.
Yeah.
Uh, One couple of spouse, I play with them about more more 1 year when I move to my house at the moment. They have a low income, but
Yes.
they don't know they know how they can use the money to invest on real estate. The first time they use about small quantity of money, it's not much, about nearly 1 billion đồng Việt Nam
Mm.
đồng for invest a small real estate. But after that, about more than 1 year, this time the price of real estate um, hiring the price a lot, and the price of this time about 2 billion Việt Nam đồng, and they feel every time really happy because they know invest early than other people, and that is the reason why to make one people become poor, because they don't know how they can using money to
Mm.
invest. And in my country, that's is the developed country, and we have a many opportunity to make money really earlier, really easy. So I believe when people become rich, become poor because they really lazy, and they close their mind for everything happen around about them. Yeah.
Okay. So the bottom line is you have to be hardworking and you have also to have correct information. Okay. They should have the correct information, because other people, even if they have money at the bank, but they lack information, they do not know when where they should invest the money they have in the bank. That is why they will not become rich. But if only they have the accurate or the correct information, where and what should they do in the money, then they will have the chance to get rich. So it is very important to have this education, and also it is very important to always have this accurate information. Yes, because as what you have said, that even if a couple just started, yeah, a few amount of money, but then eventually, because year after year, the the price of the real estate investment is getting higher. So the one who also invested some amount of money will also gain more, or will also learn, yeah, earn more. Okay, so getting rich is about having, what is this? Accurate information, okay, education, and it also needs to have hard work and having a positive mind. Okay, so we have our own formula of getting money, of getting rich. Okay, next, number three. The poor are often said to be lazy. Is this a true observation or just a prejudice? What can you say about this?
Uh,
We always say that, yeah, they are poor because they are lazy. What do you think about this? Is this true, or is this just a prejudice?
uh, I don't believe the poor people lazy than the rich people. Even if many situation in real life, I saw many poor have too hardworking than every other people. But they really the poor people, they really lazy in the learning new thing, new skill, like invest, like how they can manage the finance, how they can change their behavior for to find better opportunity when our society changed a lot. The best thing the poor people can do, that they try to hard working with the job to make less or at least uh, little money. They really lazy when they want to change skills, behave, and especially knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, knowledge. Yes, I agree with you that it does not necessarily mean that poor people are lazy. But then it is very important that they should have enough knowledge. Even if they are working so hard, yes, but they have lack of knowledge about what are the best opportunities that they can avail or they can enjoy. If they have no knowledge about how they will increase or how they will grow their money, then that is the problem now. But it doesn't mean that they are lazy. Yes, it matters on how you acquire many knowledge, how you find many opportunities that will help you earn more compared with the other people. Okay, those people who are living in the remote areas, yeah, in the remote or in the rural areas or in the countryside, they don't have uh, enough knowledge about how to invest their money, how to run their money, how to make their money grow compared with the people in the city, because in the city there are a lot of opportunities one can encounter. But when you are living in the remote area, you always see farm, you always see, what is that, people raising animals. But in the city you will meet a lot of opportunities, so people can grab it, and people can, yeah, enjoy the benefits of the many opportunities. Okay. 4. The rich are often said to be selfish. Is this true or a generalization? Selfish means they are only thinking about the good for themselves. They do not care about the good for other people. Is this true or, yeah, not?
I'm not sure about that. In my case, the thing I really prioritize, uh, that's also my mind. What do I feel about myself? What do I think about um myself? And what the really thing I really want to do. So many times I don't, and I think almost the time I don't care about the other people idea. So maybe I agree with that. The rich people always talk about the self. But other side, I also saw many rich people. They really careful, or they really hardworking when they want to find the richer people for learning, for changing their behavior and knowledge. So it's not true, or it not. It sometimes it's true if the rich people really focus on selfish their self, but sometimes it's not true.
Okay, yes, correct. Yes, there are some rich individuals who are, yeah, can be labeled as selfish, but of course, this is not true to all. There are still rich individuals who are still kind-hearted, yeah, and generous to the poor. So this is not true. This is not true to all. Next is we have poverty. Poverty, like wealth, is often said to be inherited. Can you explain what that means?
Let me check.
Poverty, like wealth, is often said to be inherited.
Like inherited. Can you explain?
Inherited, do you understand inherited?
Yeah, clear.
Yes.
The poverty like wealth is often said to be inherited. Um, uh, I don't know about the meaning of question. The poverty like wealth is often said.
Ah, okay. You know, you understand poverty, right?
Yes, the poor
Yes.
people.
Yes. Wealth refers to the rich people. Wealth, the properties, the money. Okay. Wealth refers to the rich people, like for example, the money in the bank, the properties, the business, yeah, the lands, the lots, the farms, they are called wealth. If poverty means having no money, wealth means having a lot of money.
Yeah. Maybe the people really like they don't have do anything, but the money can fall from the sky. So every people really like that. So I think so.
Okay? Now, when we say inherited, when we say inherited, it is something that we get
We can
from
do it from
our
the other people,
parents.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is something that we get from our parents. Okay. Just like us, you are a parent and I am a parent. Okay. If example this time, I have a lot of money in the bank, okay? I have a house, I have business, I have several farms. Now, when I get old, my daughter will inherit all of those, meaning to say, what I have this time, the money in my bank account, the house, the business, the farms. Now, when I get old, I will give all of those to my daughter, and that is what we call inherit. Now, the question is, poverty, like wealth, is often said to be inherited. Okay, this means to say that this is true. This is true. Poverty, like wealth, is often said to be inherited. Okay, example. If you are a son of a big family who doesn't have a stable work. Like, for example, you have 10 siblings, you have five brothers, you have five sisters, and then your parents don't have a stable job. They are just working with a low salary. You don't have a house, you are just renting a house. Yeah, you are just renting a house. You don't have a business. So when your parents grow old, you have nothing to be inherit because they don't have the house, the permanent house. They don't have the business. They don't have a lot of money in the bank. So therefore, poverty, what you can inherit is this we call poverty. Okay?
Yeah.
But if you come from a rich family, like for example, you are only two in the family, you and your one sister, and your parents are both working and they have a big salary. You have your big house, you have two houses, your parents have many businesses, they have a lot amount of money in the bank. When they get old, when they get very old, their houses, their businesses, their money in the bank will be divided by the two of you. So that is what we can say inherit. Those are the things that you can inherit from them. So basically, you will inherit their wealth. You will become rich. Okay? So, okay, it's similar. Poverty can be inherited. At the same time, wealth can be inherited. Okay, so if you came from a rich family, then of course there is this 100% also possibility that you will grow up also rich. But if you came from a poor family, yeah, you will also, yeah, grow up, become poor. But then it is not true to all because there are some individuals who came from poor family, but because of their hard work, because of their perseverance, they become successful in life. Yes, it was a fact that during their younger years, their parents were not able to send them to the university because of the high tuition fee. But what did those person do? They find what is that? They work at night, and then they study in the morning. So they have double their time in order for them to finance their education. They work at night in the fast food chain, in the factory, in the company that has a night shift. And then during daytime, they will study. So what they can get, their salary in their night shift job, okay, will also be used to pay their tuition fee in the university until such time, until 4 years, until 5 years, they have finished their education and they get a good job. So in that way, they can now step away from poverty because, yeah, they have their own job. And if ever, if I am a girl and then, yeah, I survive, I do hard work, and then after 5 years, I was able to finish my job, and then I married also to a professional individual. So the two of us has now jobs. So, and then we only have two children. So we are now starting. ourselves to get away from poverty. Okay, so this is true. Poverty sometimes can be inherited, wealth can be inherited, but if does not mean if you are poor, you will remain poor for the rest of your lives, because as long as you are hardworking, if you put more effort to change the quality of your life, then you can be better. Okay, do you understand this one?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, what is the something that you don't understand in this topic? In this question?
Um, Maybe I think in this question talk about the poor people and
Yes,
yeah, and some people become rich when
yes,
they can receive inherited from other
yes.
people.
Inheritance, yes.
Uh, yeah, it's not stable, and maybe one day in the future, they're easy to become bankrupt because
Okay.
the money from the sky is not stable and it's not strong to make them more smarter or better in the manage of money. So that's why the poor people and the always talk about the inherited. Yeah, I think so.
Yes. So those, even yeah, even if you inherited money, properties from your parents, but if you don't know how to manage them properly, there is still a big tendency that you will become bankrupt in the near future. Okay? So there is a need for you also to manage your money properly. Number 6, what are some of the potential social problems when poverty skyrockets? Skyrocket means rise rapidly or suddenly. What what do you think are the problems, the social problems when poverty rises? What do you think are the problems?
What are some of the potential social problems when poverty skyrockets? Problems, society. I think I'm not sure about the other countries, but in my country, sometimes it's not easy to find uh, the source of problem with the poverty because almost people in my country always live on the plain rice. So um, maybe really hard for I can find out the problem with the poverty in our society. Yeah.
Yes. When the problems of society, yeah, when poverty of the society increases, there are many problems such as stealing. Do you understand stealing? Stealing here. This one, stealing, stealing.
Stealing the people, take other people.
Yes, take
Yeah.
out other people, take, yeah, other person's property. Yeah, that is stealing. Yes, it is one of the common problems, okay, that we will encounter when uh, poverty increases. Because, yes, of course, there will be shortage of money. These poor individuals will have problems of meeting their daily needs. So the tendency is that they will steal money from other people. There will be killings. There will be kidnappings. Okay? So that is the effect of uh, when poverty skyrockets. Okay, what about this one? Do you think the number of poor people is going up or down? As someone once said, God must surely love the people because he made so many of them. And the number keeps rising. It is heartbreaking to see the mass poverty that characterizes large areas of the globe. But even in a modern, prosperous city, one only needs to travel a few minutes to find equally tragic scenes of human misery. Heartbreaking means heartbreaking means
Making one feel very sad or upset.
yes. It's heartbreaking to see young children on the sidewalks, sleeping on the sidewalks. Yeah. There are some cases when you walk outside, when you go to for grocery, there are even babies, yeah. They are just sleeping on the sidewalks beside on the big buildings. Do you see that one also in Vietnam?
Can you say
Yeah.
that?
There are it is heartbreaking to see the homeless people when you go to the department stores or when you go to the city. There are some individuals or even babies who are sleeping along the streets. Do you see that one?
The
Do you see that one also?
That's
Yes.
popular in my country because, for example, if I failure in the urban city, I can come back the countryside. In this place, my parents always have a larger real estate or bigger home to waiting me when I can failure. So that's why in my country. We really hard when we want to find the homeless on the street. Yeah.
Yes, it's heartbreaking to see. Next, misrepresent, give a false account or description. You wrongly say that this someone is bad. You wrongly say that this someone is not kind. Okay, that's misrepresent. Stubborn means very difficult to change. Okay. There are some teenagers this time who are stubborn, meaning to say they do not change their wrong behavior, even if their parents corrected them. Okay. They are stubborn, hard headed. Comparative means relative. Characterize, be a typical quality or feature. Be a typical quality or feature. Humanity, all people. Absolute, true or right in all situations. Absolute, that means true or right in all situations. Gadget, small mechanical device. Okay. Okay. Next, now letter B. Please read the answer of number 2. This one. The
Yeah.
media like to focus.
Yes. The media like to focus on the most visually dramatic sense. But by this so doing, they often misrepresent reality. In fact, the great mass of humanity is much better off than ever before. While there are still areas that stubbornly resist, low disable improvements in general. People anywhere are living longer, healthier lives than at any time in history.
Okay. So the media like to focus on the most visually dramatic scenes. Okay. If you can see in the television what a media man likes to capture are the dramatic scenes. Like for example, that's what I have told you a while ago, the homeless people, the poor people, the young children who are homeless. Okay, they would like to focus it on the social media. But they forgot to focus also that there are people who are living a very good life. There are also
Yeah.
people who are successful in life. So there should be a balance. This person is trying to say that the social media or the media should also focus in presenting scenes in the television. There are also scenes focusing about the dramatic sides of life, those who are homeless young children, those who are uneducated children selling something on the streets. But then they should also see children who are doing good at school, who are performing well at school, and the people who are also become successful because of their hard work, because of their optimistic mind. Okay, so there should be a balance of what people can see from the media. Number two, what makes someone rich or poor? When I was growing up, my family never had any money, but all of our neighbors were in the same position. So we never thought we were poor. Look at this one. When I was growing up, my family never had any money, but all of our neighbors were in the same position. So we never thought that we were poor because all of their neighbors have also no money. So he thought that it was just okay. We were quite rich, in fact, in everything except money. The whole family had to work, but we never went too hungry. We didn't have any fancy new clothes, but we were never naked. In many ways, though now I am much better off financially. I miss those days and believe that they were the best time of my life. Okay. So this person is living in probably in the countryside, and when he see outside from his house, they are almost having the same kind of house, then even if they don't have money inside at home, but when they ask their neighbors, yeah, their neighbors also would answer that they don't have enough money. So he was thinking that it was okay, that it was not poor. They were not poor. But you know what? When you live in the big city, when you look at the very tall buildings, the very tall apartments, there you could see that yeah, there are people who are rich and that you are not, yeah, rich because of the houses you can see outside. But when you are living in the countryside, you almost have the same way of, yes, house. So you don't think it as an issue. Now, for number two, there may be absolute measurements of poverty, having a minimum number of calories consumed each day. For instance, but most of our notions about poverty are comparative. If I drive around in a 10-year-old car, get new clothes once or twice a year, and have ready access to a phone, TV, and computer, I might think I am poor because my neighbors own 2 or 3 new cars, constantly wear the latest fashions and jewelry, and live a larger house that is fully equipped with all the modern gadgets. But all over the world, my own humble lifestyle would be the envy of millions of people without work. Yes, this is true. Without any material position at all, and without hope. Hope. It is all relative, really. Okay. So he is trying to say that there is no absolute. When we say absolute, true or right, yeah, in all situations, there is no absolute measurement of poverty. Okay. Just like here. Yeah. If he drives around a 10-year-old car, maybe to say, meaning to say it's not What is that? It's not updated car. It's not updated car because it's a 10-year-old, yeah, car. Get new clothes once or twice a year. Have already access to a phone or a computer. So for her, it is a good life. It is a better life. But if she will see a neighbor who has two or three cars, constantly wear the latest fashions and jewelry, and live in a large house that is fully equipped with all the modern gadgets, that's the time that she can compare. Oh, I think my neighbor is richer than me. Although I have a car, I have clothes, I have TV, I have computer, but when she sees her neighbor having two or three cars, having or wearing the latest fashions and jewelry, and living in a large house, there she can say that, oh, my neighbor is richer than me. So there is no absolute standard for poverty. But you know what? You know what? I like this statement. I like this line here. But all over the world, my own humble life would be in vain of millions of people without work, without any material positions at all, and without hope. Okay? Even if this person is just having a 10-year-old car older, getting new clothes once or twice a year, yeah, even if that is not that rich compared to the standard of the rich people in the modern time, but you know what? Millions of people are wishing and praying that they could have that kind of life, having home, having work, having foods to eat, having a car, even if it is a 10-year-old car already. Yes? Because
Yeah.
when you look at the many people, yeah, when you go outside from your home, when you go to the city, there are some people who are homeless. They are just sleeping, they are just staying, they are just eating their meal beside the big buildings. During at night, they will also just lie down on the street. So even if you are not living to a very rich kind of life, there but you have always to remember that there are millions of people without work, without any material positions, without home, are wishing and hoping that they can have a life that you enjoy as of the moment. Okay, so what is very important this time is we should not compare our status of living compared to the other people, as long as we feel the comfort, the satisfaction, and the happiness in our home, in our present life. Because if we will keep comparing ourselves to other people now, what's wrong if you only have one car today? What's wrong if you see that your neighbors are having two, three, or more? What is important is that you have a car, because you can't use all the three cars at a time. Yeah, you can't use. What we need is only one. Yeah, because whenever we want to go to another place, yeah, to the city, what we can ride is only one. We cannot ride all those three cars at a time. Okay?
Yes.
We have always to consider that there are people who are homeless, who doesn't have cars, who doesn't have food to eat. Yeah, even from their breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And during heavy rains, they don't have home to keep themselves safety from heavy rains, from heavy storms, or from all the bad weathers. Okay, but we are very lucky, we are very fortunate that we are enjoying our house, our job, our salary, and most especially our family. Okay, I like this line. I really like this line. But all over the world, my own humble lifestyle would be the envy of millions of people without work, without any material positions at all, and without hope. It's really relative, really. Okay. Do you have questions with this topic in this
No.
page? In this page? Okay. So it teaches us a lesson that we have to be happy, yeah, with the present things that we are having as of this moment. And of course, we will continue to be hardworking because what we have as the present, we can still have more in the future if we will continue to have the optimistic mind, the hardworking ability or skill, and of course, our ability to know, to have the knowledge where is the right place that we will invest our money. Okay, so thank you so much for your time this morning, and we will continue to learn this one, yeah, on page, yeah, 89 on Wednesday. We will continue
Yeah.
to discuss about this topic. Do you have anything to say?
No, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a happy
Goodbye.
Sunday with your family.
Yeah.
Goodbye.